heroes again.
How to draw the ladies. All right. Let's see. So same basic structure, but softer, thinner, rounder. The thing about a woman's shape is that it is boy, where do I go with this without going off a cliff? Well, it's feminine, you know? It's feminine. Women are supposed to be soft and round, right? But not too soft or too round. Men, again, they do have the same musculature, the trapezius, the neck, the shoulder blades, which are more pronounced actually on women than they are on men, and then the musculature of the back. But you're not sitting there trying to draw every muscle. You're drawing softened versions of entire muscle groups, right? Softer versions of entire muscle groups. So from the back side, you're drawing the triceps, but you're not drawing the triceps, right? You're drawing a bulge out in the arm here, maybe a little divot, right, to give it some definition. And instead of drawing the big old, Michelle Obama arms, you're giving her delicate, soft, delicate draping, minimal. You have a little bit of definition where it's necessary, but again, you don't want to over-define the woman. And then, obviously, women don't smoke. So, from that angle, don't forget the hip bones. Hip bones connected to the thigh bones. All right. From the front. Ooh, this is going to get me in trouble. I thought we were doing exaggerated forms. How did we get away from exaggerated forms? So you guys have all seen... you guys have seen me draw women before. I'm going to draw just women and women. Recommendations for keeping arms and legs, etc. in proportion. It's a good question. In proportion. Let's see. Draw forms in motion. Olive oil. This is exaggerated feminine forms. That wasn't exaggerated at all. That was pretty much what I'm used to saying. Forms in motion. Forms in motion. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should be giving you like more like what the percentage of sizes of everything is, like, oh, it's this many heads tall and this many heads wide or whatever, but I don't know. I never really thought about that stuff. I'm just trying to tell you, it's like you want to know that the anatomy is there. Uh-oh, did I just kill my Wacom tablet? You want to know that the anatomy and the structure is there with the female form, but you don't want to emphasize it, right? That's the tricep. There's a little bump. There's your tricep, right? There's a little bump. There's your bicep. There's the muscles of the forearm, which are not ever overly rendered. You can put a little indentation here for what on like on a man's arm, right? If you're drawing his forearm, right? You want to draw this muscle here that connects to the higher part of the arm, the bicep. You want to draw every muscle in the forearm, right? And then even veins and because like all these cool details, they make a man look steeled and like tough and hard and unbeatable. But with the female form, it's attractive to some guys, I guess. Guys who want to be dominated, I would assume. But to most men, your average man, they want a woman to be delicate and soft. And yeah, you don't. People think, I know my anatomy, therefore I need to show the anatomy. No, that's not what art. I guess, you know what? It's meekness. It's meekness in illustration. When you know a thing, but you know it enough to know that you don't have to show a thing. Like, okay, so for the stomach, right? You give a little indication to the rib cage. You give a little indentation where the stomach muscle is. But you don't sit there and say, everyone wants to see girls with six packs because it's, you know. I mean, that might be fine for very athletic women and stuff, but just like a simple line going down the abdomen, that's enough for most. And then maybe a belly button. You know, the little thing, a little bit of the hip bone, a little suggestion, the line going into the thigh. This kind of thing. It's not. Just don't over render, because it just it's the opposite of the effect you're trying to get when you're trying to make your character feminine. I'm not trying to say you draw a cartoon, right? You're not drawing cartoon. You're not. Well, I don't know. It depends on your style, I guess. And then, of course, and give him a little bikini. All right. What, you guys want me to draw She-Hulk? It's basically drawing. All right. The She-Hulk I dug, like the old John Byrne She-Hulk, it wasn't like, you know, crazy bodybuilder She-Hulk. She was still a feminine character. She just happened to be, you know, a big green gamma irradiated character. So let's see. You still want to maintain sort of the hourglass shape, but I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. TR French says, thanks, Mike. Very helpful. Got to sleep, but I will catch up on the last 2 lessons. Right on, TR French. Thank you. Mike, like women's fitness. All right, so. All right, we'll do the exaggerated She-Hulk. So she would indeed have the whole 6-pack, right? You're gonna see the more defined obliques. Except you don't want to lose the femininity of her hips, right? Let's give her the packs. Give her the packs. Good. And then give her sort of the V-shaped upper torso, because you're going for the muscle-bound version. But it's the She-Hulk, so you're not thinking like, you know, Hulk. You're thinking just a very, like a female bodybuilder type size, not, I don't know. I know Ed's doing giant Hulk chick Hulk. I'm not a fan. I'm a fan of Ed, of course, but I don't like that ridiculous. So you want to just kind of want to keep it in the realm of reality, I guess. She-Hulk's costume is like this. All right. So again, as with the man, right? And here's the thing. She's still a chick, right? So you don't want to get overboard. You don't want to be drawing all of the veins and crap in She-Hulk. Even though you're drawing her muscled, it sounds like Popeye. Even though you're drawing her more muscular, even though you're drawing the definitions on her muscle more, do you really want to see her big throbbing veins? Because she's still supposed to be a beautiful woman, not a dude in drag, right? It's not. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. She's still just Jennifer Walters, attorney at law. So yeah, give her that. Give her that. Keep it relatively soft with the details, but just bulk her up. You know, little divot on the 6-pack, but not like all crazy veiny and disgusting. How do I draw female lips? You guys want to do some lips? It's a little bit of detail. Why not? It's 9 o'clock. I'm probably going to get off relatively soon. How much? It's been 37 minutes. I think my wife is going to be here soon. Well, I tend to draw my wife's lips. I think everyone probably knows. So my wife has what they call what is it called? Bow-shaped lips. You know, like a bow looks like this. Oops, that was terrible. Right, so she has that shape on the top of her lips, and then I just find that very attractive. So and then on the bottom lip, you can follow what's called the 3P rule, which is 1P, 2P, 3P, right? These are the 3 Ps that make up lips. Because this is generally like one bulb, another bulb, right? You know, give or take. Like I said, all this stuff is generalized, so always take everything with just a little bit of a grain. Everything can be different. Like some women have lips that are you know, very flat, right? But they might have a nice big lower lip.
It's 9 p.m.
It is all, I don't know, the different range. Saying how do I draw female lips, a woman's lips, there's so many different kinds. You know, there's it's really something you should get the basics on, right? Get the basics, like I said, the 1 ball, 2 ball, 3 ball. This is your basic. This is your basic starting point. The lip also, you see how I do this? I'm always doing this thing, and then the tuck. This is a muscle here. The lips fold over each other. So this tucks into here. This tucks into here. This overlays the both of them. And it gives you this very delicate sort of corner of the mouth where it's, you know, oversimplified, looks like that. Oversimplified. But the top lays over the bottom, obviously, right? And then tucks into that corner. Now, it's not that pronounced on some people. For some people, it might just be, just a little like that or something. And then the lip will come up. But it is there in general. So practice looking at photographs of different women's lips, or different mouths and stuff. There's no limit to the reference on Google. Same thing on the side, tucks into the side. Right? As such. As I was saying, like sort of a feminine construct is you do a line, nose touches line, upper lip touches line, lower lip touches line, chin touches line. Sort of a feminine, whereas a man, it's like nose, lip, and then chin comes out. I'm over exaggerating, but there's the line doesn't follow here. The line kind of bypasses the lips. That is an oversimplification. I do apologize. Let's see. Let's do the eye. All right. So the eye, ladies and gentlemen, the eye, believe it or not, is a circle. The eye is a circle, and upon that circle is the Death Star's laser gunny thing. Above the eye, actually, let's start at the bottom. Below the eye, there is a thing called a lower eyelid. And it comes up off of the eye, sort of the way an orange peel. Like if you peel an orange, there's one layer removed, and then the eye is underneath it. The upper eye actually is on top of the eye, the lower eyelid, the upper eyelid. And that also comes on top. There is a nice 1/16 of an inch on most people, I think, peel that begets the eye. And the eye is actually inset here. The eye then comes together. There's a tear duct here. Now this, in turn, is inset within the occipital lobe. The occipital lobe is, for at least half the people, pronounced on the skull, right? So you can see this area will darken, this area will fold, and then the bottom of the occipital lobe is the soft part. The soft part of your tissue here will create a little divot. For older people, the occipital lobe down here becomes very pronounced, right? You start to see the cheekbone here, and then this skin here gets wrinkly or dark. And here, let me see. Let me erase some of this. It gets wrinkly and dark. Gravity starts having its way with different parts of the eye. The lids will start to droop. This part will start to droop as well. So you'll end up with like, glaucoma or something. And then you'll just see more and more of the darkness of the lid and the lobe, or not the lobe, but the orb. And then obviously the wrinkles crunch up into the eye. Here, circling, your eyebrows get thinner. Old man death is waiting at the door. And then your eyes close forever. And you just get more and more depressed. And then eventually you pass on and pray you know Jesus. All right, so that's the eye. Sagging and bagging. Now for obviously it's different for different cultures. Almond shaped eyes for Asians is quite common, where you don't have all the you can't see the occipital lobe like you can in most Caucasians. You get a very light divot here. You might get a little bit here, and then obviously your eyebrow. Going really lazy here, but none of the other eye folds. If there's an eye fold that you can see, it is generally something very thin just above the eye like this, right? So it's important to note, if you're drawing people of different ethnicities, to get familiarized with the, I hate to say it this way, but the stereotypical patterns of ethnic variation, because there are stereotypical patterns. There's Caucasoid patterns, there's Negroid patterns, there's Mongoloid patterns. Every what was the word? I hate to use the word race. I hate that word. But every people group has generalized characteristics. True. What? Drawing Japanese versus Chinese eyes. Okay. No. Isn't Mike half and half? I'm so uncomfortable. Ethnicity. There you go. This is getting racist. All right, the nose. Let's do a little quick primer on the nose. So obviously the nose, if you're looking at the skeleton, you have your actual bone, right? Your nose bone is here between your occipital lobes. You've got a couple of dots for this is where the veins come through and the tear ducts and all the fun stuff. And then you have a piece of cartilage that comes out from here to form your actual the shape of your nose, right? This is easily broken, easily manipulated. This is what they cut when they're going in for nose jobs. Now, let me see if I can do this. G. All right, I lighten that up. Now I can create another one. Now, if you are going in and you're drawing the nose, this is just basic Caucasoid nasal structure, right? Sometimes you'll see this bump, sometimes you won't. I like to at least give it a little bit of a mention. I'm going to do this in planes so it's a little easier to understand. The nose is built. This is the structure of the nose, and I am sorry if this ends up looking like a phallus, but this is the way it is. The nose is broken up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 parts. There is a double bulb on the front, right? Now this is very often not noticeable on people, but this is the structure in and of itself. There is a wing that creates a nostril, right? This wing here, the wing is on the other side as well. And then there is the fatty tissue on the side of the nose as well. And then here you have the bridge. Now, again, let me lighten that up. Let's start another layer. If I am drawing this, I don't draw all that structure, but I'm understanding the structure is underneath it, right? So I I draw. Okay, just a second.
Got the keys right here.
Okay. It's time to go, guys. Right? I draw. And I suggest the structure underneath. And then I can even occasionally do that. So instead of seeing all that other stuff, you're seeing that, the nose, right? Got it? All right, guys, your homework is to draw stuff, trying to understand the structure that I've shown you in today's class, and see if that helps you in your later illustrations. This has been How to Draw Comics Like a Pro with Mike Miller. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, go check out Monster Hunt Late Riser's deal at LoneStarComic.com. Not sure why that's not going up. LoneStarComic.com. Link is in the description. If you want to support this channel, please do buy my comics. And hey, thanks everybody for being here. Be good and try hard. I guess. I don't know. Gotta go. Bye.